There are few names in American music and entertainment history that shine as brightly as Dolly Parton. She's a country legend, a pop culture icon, and one of the most successful singer-songwriters of all time. But what's truly remarkable about Dolly Parton isn't just her music, it's her story. From humble beginnings in the Smoky Mountains to global superstardom, Dolly's journey is a classic tale of talent, determination, and heart. This is the story of how Dolly Parton rose to fame and built a career that would change the music industry and inspire millions. Dolly Rebecca Parton was born on January 19, 1946, in a one-room cabin in Pittman Center, Tennessee, nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. She was the fourth of 12 children in a poor but loving family. Life was hard and money was scarce. Dolly's father was a sharecropper and later worked in construction, while her mother cared for the large family. Despite the hardships, music filled their home. The Parton family sang together in church and at home, and young Dolly quickly showed a gift for music. By the age of 6, she was already singing in church. At 7, she received her first guitar, a homemade instrument from her uncle. And by 10, she was performing on local radio and television shows in nearby Knoxville. It was clear from the start that Dolly wasn't just talented, she was driven. She knew even as a child that music was going to be her way out of poverty. In 1964, the day after graduating from high school, Dolly moved to Nashville. She had $50 in her pocket and a heart full of dreams. Nashville was the heart of country music, but it was also a tough town where many young singers tried and failed to break through. At first, Dolly found work as a songwriter. She signed with Combine Publishing and began writing songs for other artists. Some of her early compositions were recorded by established stars, giving her a foothold in the industry. Dolly's big break as a performer came in 1967 when she joined The Porter Wagoner Show, a popular syndicated country music television program. Wagoner, already a star in his own right, invited Dolly to be his new duet partner after his previous partner left the show. Audiences were hesitant at first. Many fans missed Wagner's previous partner and didn't warm up to Dolly right away. But she quickly won them over with her bubbly personality, sharp wit, and stunning voice. The partnership with Porter Wagoner was key to Dolly's early success. Together, they recorded several hit duets, and Dolly gained national exposure on Wagoner's show, which aired across the country. But even as their duet career flourished, Dolly dreamed of stepping out on her own as a solo artist. In 1973, Dolly wrote and released one of her most famous songs, Jolene. It was inspired by a red-haired bank teller who flirted with her husband. But in Dolly's hands, it became a haunting, emotional plea that showcased her songwriting brilliance. Jolene hit #1 on the country charts and is now considered one of the greatest country songs of all time. Around the same time, Dolly made the difficult decision to leave the Porter Wagoner Show and focus on her solo career. Their professional split was painful and public, but Dolly later said she wrote another one of her biggest hits, I Will Always Love You, as a farewell to Wagoner. That song, with its tender message of goodbye and gratitude, went to #1 at the country charts in 1974. From there, Dolly's career soared. She released hit after hit through the 1970s, including Coat of Many Colors, a deeply personal song about her childhood, and Love is Like a Butterfly. But Dolly didn't want to be confined to country music world. She had bigger dreams. She wanted to reach a wider audience. In 1977, Dolly released the album Here You Come Again, which marked her crossover into pop music. The title track became her first top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, introducing Dolly Parton to a whole new audience. Some traditional country fans criticized her move to pop, but Dolly didn't let that stop her. She once famously said, I'm not leaving country music, I'm taking it with me. Throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s, Dolly continued to release both country and pop hits, skillfully balancing the two worlds. Her sparkling image, big blonde hair, glamorous outfits, and a warm, self-deprecating sense of humor made her a favorite on talk shows and variety programs. But behind the larger-than-life persona was a sharp businesswoman who managed her career carefully and thoughtfully. In 1980, Dolly took on Hollywood. She starred in the hit comedy 9 to 5 alongside Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. The film, about 3 working women standing up to their sexist boss, was a massive box office success and earned Dolly critical acclaim for her acting. Even more iconic was the theme song, also titled 9 to 5, which Dolly wrote and performed. The song became a #1 hit on both the country and pop charts, and earned her an Academy Award and Grammy nominations. With 9 to 5, Dolly Parton proved she wasn't just a singer or songwriter, she was a full-fledged entertainer. She went on to star in other films like Rhinestone and Steel Magnolias, further cementing her place in pop culture. But even as her fame skyrocketed, Dolly never forgot where she came from. In 1986, she opened Dollywood, a theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, near her childhood home. Dollywood wasn't just a business venture, it was a way to give back to her region that shaped her. The park created jobs, attracted tourism, and celebrated Appalachian culture. Dolly's charitable work didn't stop there. In 1995, she launched the Imagination Library, a program that mails free books to children from birth to age 5 to promote literacy. What began as a local effort in her home county eventually grew into an international initiative, providing millions of books to children around the world. Through this work, Dolly has become just as famous for her philanthropy as for her music. Over the decades, Dolly's career has continued to evolve. In the 1990s and 2000s, she returned to her bluegrass and country roots, releasing critically acclaimed albums like The Grass is Blue and Little Sparrow. She collaborated with other country stars and younger artists, staying relevant across generations. Her songwriting, always the foundation of her career, has remained unmatched. Dolly has written over 3,000 songs throughout her career, including timeless classics like Islands in the Stream, a duet with Kenny Rogers, and Two Doors Down. Her songs have been covered by countless artists across genres, and her lyrics resonate with themes of love, heartbreak, resilience, and joy. Perhaps one of the most enduring moments in her career came in the 1990s when Whitney Houston recorded Dolly's song I Will Always Love You for the film Bodyguard. Houston's soaring rendition turned the song into one of the best-selling singles of all time, introducing Dolly's songwriting genius to a global pop audience. Dolly has always spoken graciously about Houston's version, grateful that her heartfelt goodbye to Porter Wagoner found a new life and meaning in another generation. Despite her fame, Dolly Parton has always remained grounded. She jokes openly about her appearance, once saying, "It costs a lot of money to look this cheap." But behind the humor is a woman who has always carefully crafted her image while staying true to herself. In recent years, Dolly has experienced a renaissance. She released new albums, performed at festivals like Glastonbury, collaborated with modern artists, and maintained a strong social media presence. In 2019, she was celebrated with a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 2022, after initially declining, she accepted induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Her influence spans country, pop, rock, and beyond. But more than awards and record sales, what makes Dolly Parton special is her spirit. She's a symbol of kindness, perseverance, and joy. She's an entertainer who broke barriers for women in country music and beyond. She's a businesswoman who built an empire on her own terms. And she's a philanthropist whose generosity has changed countless lives. Today, Dolly Parton remains one of the most beloved figures in American culture. She's proof that talent, combined with determination and heart, can take a person from the hills of Tennessee to the heights of international fame. Her songs continue to be sung, her movies continue to be watched, and her story continues to inspire. In a career spanning over 6 decades, Dolly Parton has sold more than 100 million records worldwide, earned dozens of awards, and built a legacy that will last long after the spotlight fades. But if you ask her what she's most proud of, she'll likely point to her family, her faith, and the simple joy of making people happy. Dolly once said, "I always count my blessings more than I count my money." And maybe that's the key to her success. In a world that often celebrates wealth and fame above all else, Dolly Parton reminds us that kindness, generosity, and staying true to who you are matter even more. From a little girl with a dream and a guitar to one of the most celebrated artists in history, Dolly Parton's rise to fame is a true American story, and it's one that's far from over. Like, comment, and subscribe for daily history and culture content.